The following program is sponsored by The Box SF, Emerald Eco, Rachel Grant Coaching, Kalon Family Services School, BB Wong, and Lash Lab.
Welcome! We have a lot in store for you today. We have found some places where you can learn, but we are also going to show you some beautiful stores, talk about some heavy subjects in your own light way, and go to places where your imagination is your only limit. But first, if you're looking good and feeling good, you can handle everything. Ready for a workout? Think inside the box. The boxing ring, that is. At Boxing for Health, Miguel Lopez has created a space for folks of all fitness levels to learn a new skill and train like a champ. Miguel, I'm Crystal.
Hey. All right, welcome to Boxing for Health.
Thank you so much. So what's the story of the studio? How did you start it?
Shoot, it all started when I was young, when I got into boxing. I got into boxing from fighting so much in the streets. So I grew up in San Francisco and Fillmore. And I used to get into a lot of fights in the streets, and but my grandmother said, you know what, hey Miguel, you need to go ahead and
channel that in some way.
Yeah, get into boxing, find something, an outlet for you to get into.
That's amazing. And so now you've created a place for other people to really fulfill their potential and learn this incredible contact sport.
I said, you know what, I always wanted a dojo, a martial art gym, and I just said, I used to train in my grandmother's backyard when I was little.
You've got two different distinct rooms. What happens in each?
So we have our classes here. We have the guys that hit the bags and everything, and so they get all their frustration out on the bag. And then we have our weight room where they go and if they want to, put on a little bit more muscles.
If I may say, I think there's a bit of a stigma around boxing. It seems to be really violent, but yet I'm meeting you and everyone here is so gentle. I'm not the first person who said that, right?
Everyone assumed that boxing is really violent. If I go to a boxing gym, I'm gonna get hit. And so that's why we created a space where we can have people who just want to come and learn how to box and not try to become a fighter. And if you just want to train like a fighter at self-defense, that's fine. But you don't have to get in the ring and and get beat up and everything. But we have tons of people that assume like boxing is just straight, fighting. It's like it can be really intimidating. And so that's why I wanted to come up with the name Boxing for Health.
And Miguel, you are so disarming, and I think I'm ready to learn some boxing from you. What a workout. Whether you're down to join for a sport or sparring, give Boxing for Health a shot. Yeah, let's pick it up. I'm so sorry, you okay? In 2009, Judy Anderson, now Judy Norris, started Lash Lab. They're known for their master artists, and they help women feel beautiful by curating custom lash lines. Let's see how natural they look and feel. Hi, Judy, cheers.
Hi, cheers, welcome.
Cheers. Thank you for the wine.
Of course, it's good, right?
List for me the different types of services you offer and what you call them.
Sure, so we offer classic, we also offer volume lashes, and we also do hybrid, which is a mix of the two. And I know a lot of salons offer that, but what we do is we further break that down. So we offer 5 levels of fullness, so level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we work with the client to understand how full do they want their lashes.
Right. What about the damage to natural lashes? Sometimes for folks who've never gotten it done before, that is a common concern.
Yeah, very common concern. So for people that are just getting into the industry, they may do some, very common mistakes that will ultimately cause somebody's lashes to slowly fall out a little quicker. I kind of avoid that entire problem because I have all master artists that have gone through that in their own learning careers, but not for our clients.
What makes a master artist here a master artist?
So all of our girls are master artists, and that separates us from a lot of the competition. Somebody that comes here can expect to get all levels of fullness, everything from classic to volume. But within volume, there's different levels of volume, right?
How did you get into eyelashes?
I lost my job. My home was in pre-foreclosure. and then I was dealing with the recent passing of my father and my grandmother, so it's like everything at the same time was all bad. It was a bad year. And at the end of the year, I came across, heard a little buzz about, lash extensions, what is this? And, fast forward, I found some really great makeup friends that wanted to do something a little different. We got them trained. We rented out a tiny spot on Union Street. It was shared at the time.
Who do you hire?
So we're a women-owned and operated business. All the artists are women, although there are some really great male artists out there. So if you're out there, master of male artists, we're looking for you too.
Tell me about how your personal life has changed since starting this business.
Wow, so I got married and I had a baby and I was still running the business, and it's a lot to manage.
2 babies, a human baby and Lash Lab.
Right, I have 2 babies. Lash Lab was my first, and Camden is my second. He's a handful. But I think I'm not too different than other working moms. I need to really be able to balance and juggle. And I think just with the humble beginnings of Lash Lab, I think I have that same personality.
You are a beautiful person
Thank you.
in the beauty industry, doing beautiful things for beautiful women. Cheers to a beautiful life.
Cheers, thank you.
Judy has created the place for her master artists to shine, so stop by for a full set or get some aftercare products. Okay, we are feeling and looking good. Now I'm ready to learn something, like how can I make my home more energy efficient? Being energy efficient and going green can sound difficult, but is it really? I'm meeting the team behind Emerald Eco. They are a development and consultancy firm that retrofits homes and businesses to be energy efficient and carbon free. Follow me. Hi, I'm Crystal.
Hi, Crystal. I'm Diane.
Hi,
Nice to meet you.
Diane.
I'm Eric.
Hi, Eric. So tell me about Emerald Eco and how it got started.
It started about 10 years ago, but let's take it back even longer than that. So about 15 years ago, we realized between our 2 jobs that we were basically contributing to global pollution. We were both in high tech. I was driving from San Francisco, downtown San Francisco, in the marina, all the way to San Jose. It was a 120-mile round trip commute every single day. And so we looked at each other and realized, wow, we are personally impacting this problem from global climate change, global warming, and pollution.
I found a diesel car that I converted to run on waste vegetable oil. That also ended up saving us a significant amount of money because we were spending like $300 or $400 a month on gas.
So when you were driving your car, did it smell like French fries?
It smelled like French fries when I'd arrive at work. We've essentially built this company around helping other homeowners and architects, as well as builders, contractors, create homes that are all electric, carbon free, 0 greenhouse gases, and so essentially they become 0 net energy homes. And we'll also look at energy storage, and energy storage is the right answer, and it's available and possible, and that's something that we can do.
What are the steps in the timeline that you usually guide your clients through? Paint me a picture of what working with you looks like.
Well, obviously it pretty much starts with a phone call. And a little bit of it is finding out a little bit about them and how they use their home. Because everyone lives in their house in a different way. How green are they? How are they interested in just saving money or saving the planet or somewhere in between? And then we'll do a tour of the home and find out what the various appliances, look at the insulation, look at their heating, look at their water heating, those kinds of things. Maybe you've got a water heater that's really old and it's going to fail soon, so let's focus on that. Maybe, some of your other elements have some more life in them, and we'd rather find the right balance there and allow the homeowner a couple of different decisions to make. And then from there we put together a plan, put together a roadmap where we can say these are the steps that we would take.
One of the things that I think people don't understand about natural gas, first of all, it's considered natural gas, so you think of, it's natural, it's good. It's actually methane, right? There's a reason we have carbon monoxide detectors in our home, because when our gas appliances that we've put into our homes are not operating properly, we are actually poisoning ourselves. California is moving, as a state, we're moving towards all electric grid. So by 2045, Jerry Brown decreed that we will be 100% greenhouse gas free.
Wow, there are so many benefits to going green. Is it expensive though?
A lot of people think that if you go all electric, it's gonna be more expensive. That is not the case. Heat pump technology, which can replace your water heater, which can replace your furnace, is actually 4 to 5 times more efficient than the best gas appliance that you can find for the same purpose. One of the reasons why we really are so passionate about what we're doing is that we're taking a very active stance in changing and combating climate change. And it's important for our children to see this, and not just our children, but children across the globe.
Take your own first steps to going carbon-free with Emerald Eco. They may even help you get your own recycled water garden. Time to meditate. When children are very bright and have learning differences, they may have difficulty staying motivated in a traditional classroom. Well, that's where KFS School comes in with their small class sizes geared towards individual and social emotional learning. Let's meet the founder and tour her school now. Crystal.
I'm Vanessa.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks for coming.
All right, so this is a great school with lots and lots of natural light, a great location. Kids seem really happy, really engaged.
Right.
What's the story of KFS?
So KFS started from Cologne Family Services, which is another company that I have that provides support professionals for children that have academic or learning issues, and they need a school will need extra support in the classroom, and the child is struggling. What happened was December 4 years ago, 3 kids got kicked out of schools and parents didn't know where to go. So at that time I had 3 people working with each child. So we started a school on my couch on my house. And so it was more of an accident. I say it gets started in 48 hours. There's a couple words I don't know, like cash flow, things like that. When I say yes to something, you kind of learn the hard way.
Who is KFS for?
Anyone that's really having a hard time with social emotional learning, right? So if you're looking at children that academically are extremely bright, but then get super anxious when they make a mistake and they completely shut down.
What are we sitting on right now? These are fun.
These are pedal desks. So these are pedal desks that kind of help you move your body constantly.
You're clearly very passionate about this. Have you published any resources, or do you have any guides for parents who might have children that would be a good fit for here?
Yes, it's already out, and it is called Shut Up and Parent. You can get it on Amazon.
What is the structure of the school? Is it a private school where your parents pay tuition and everything?
We are a nonprofit, so we do take donations, and so we've had a lot of support with the community, but we do have our annual fundraiser, which is at the Grand. It's a nightclub in the city. It's a gorgeous venue. Casino tables, we have a DJ. All right, so we have our 5th grade class. They have a performance for you, so please come and check out our music.
Love to.
Great.
To enroll your exceptionally bright child or to donate to KFS School, you can go to Vanessa's website at vanessacologne.com. For realtor BB Wong, Santa Cruz has always been her home, and she spent her life helping other people make it their home too. She has 4 decades of experience under her belt, and she knows the community in and out and has the relationships to prove it too. Let's meet her now. Hi, I'm Crystal.
Hi, Crystal. My name is BB Wong.
Nice to meet you.
My pleasure to meet you.
So you're a realtor here in Santa Cruz.
Yes, I am.
So how would you describe what you do?
How do I describe what I do? I try to have fun. I try to make a warm relationship with people, to find out more without being intrusive. I've been doing this for 43 years, and I love it still.
What should someone look for in a realtor?
I think what's most important is if you trust that person, and that you have a good communication skills with that person, because not everybody can have the communication correctly and understand each other. And that you know what you're looking for. If I know what you're looking for, I can easily find it. And if I can't find it, I will go out and get it.
What tips do you have for someone looking to buy a property?
Well, you know, when I'm working with buyers, I always like to find out, you know, are they handy people? Are they looking for a fixer? Because if you're on a budget, you might need to do that to refurbish it. And I always get the stager to come in and maybe give people ideas of what they could do. I really like my stager. She's very thrift-minded, And what she does is she looks at what you have and then she adds accessories to it. So she doesn't completely make you buy new furniture.
When it comes to Santa Cruz real estate, call BB, the right realtor, at the Wong number. Wong, get it? At Social Affair, social means less social media and more human interaction. Small and intimate, Social Affair is the perfect place to catch up with friends over yummy bites and great wine and beer. Sounds like my kind of place. Gunjan, thank you for the generous pour.
Oh, sure.
So how did you get into this business?
I supposedly was making absolutely amazing chai. Like, I loved it, but then people started loving it, and just sitting, out on my porch one day, my friends and family, they were like, Gunjan, you know what? You should really make a living out of it.
When folks are drinking, obviously sometimes the snack attack comes on. People might want to nosh on something. What's on the menu?
Our deviled eggs have just, oh my God, you have no idea how many eggs we boil every day. They are such a killer because we make our own aioli.
Yum.
Yeah, I think that's been a great hit. And now flatbreads are just killing it. And Reese is going to show you how he puts his, very proudly, he will put a cheese board together. So
amazing, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Hey, my name is Reese. I'm the kitchen staff here at Social Affair, and we're gonna make an antipasti cheese platter.
Okay, Reese, I am ready to help you out. I love cheese. That smells so good. This smells like the inside of a teapot.
Hey, I'm Sergio. I'm one of the people in the kitchen staff, and we're gonna be working on some deviled eggs today. For that, we get around this consistency, and that's what we're looking for.
Thank you, Gunjan. I can't wait. Enjoy. Well, they really do have unpretentious vibes and a family-like atmosphere. Incredible food. I have to try this cheese. And their signature chai. Oh yeah. The Social Affair has it all. We're meeting the strong and magnetic Rachel Grant. She's more than a survivor. She developed the Beyond Surviving program, and today we're learning more about what that is. Hi, I'm Crystal Lee.
Hi, Crystal. Nice to meet you, Rachel.
Nice to meet you, Rachel. So we're sitting here today to learn about your business, and I want to know how you got started in this area.
I work with men and women who have experienced childhood sexual trauma, and they've really reached a place in their journey where they've come to the place where they've acknowledged what's happened. They've been able to name that. And so that's really where I come in, Crystal, and to walk alongside them as a mentor, as a guide, to help them really break free. I think there's a really difficult thing to address when it comes to talking about trauma, which is the narrative that it's a life sentence, that you're going to be dealing with this for the rest of your life. And I just adamantly refused to believe that in my own journey.
So what's your story?
Well, when I was 5 years old, my grandfather came to live with our family. And then when I was 10 years old, we were sitting out on that front porch and I was cuddled up with him. I felt him reach around and touch my breast. I kind of snapped out of that. I jumped up, I ran to my parents' bedroom, and I was crying and I was overwhelmed. And so the abuse went on for a while and it got worse. And, of course I didn't talk about what was happening. I was just pretending that everything was all right. I became adamant that I was not going to surrender my life to this trauma, and I just refused. I refused to give in to the messaging that I was going to have to deal with this the rest of my life.
What is the Beyond Surviving program?
The Beyond Surviving program is really meant for men and women who've experienced childhood sexual trauma, who are at a place where they are exactly that, sick and tired of feeling broken, and they are ready to take that next step.
How exactly do you work with your clients?
My work primarily has been by phone and by video conferencing. This is one of the things I love about being a coach. I get to work with people all over the country and all over the world. And in 2020, a dream of mine that is coming true is to do a live retreat. I'm going to be partnering with a colleague and dear friend of mine, Ashley Easter, to present the Emerge Unleash Your Empowered Self retreat for women.
What's the best way to get a hold of you if someone wants to work with you?
The best place to start is my website, rachelgrantcoaching.com. And you'll see there an invitation to apply for a Discover Your Genuine Self session. And that's really just a conversation.
You can't not love Rachel Grant. She'll walk alongside you to give you all the tools you need to reclaim your life. She's also just a joy to be around. Are you ready to find that perfect present or a place where you just want to buy everything? Take a look at this next business. The Box SF is many things. On its ground floor is a historic 1850s letterpress shop and mercantile selling all things printed. You gotta see it to believe it. This place is so cool. Let's take a look around. What is this?
This is one of my pride and joys. This is a 1910 police records cabinet. I went and I found all these boxes. And so for instance, this box is all rare rum labels.
So cool.
Beautiful rum labels from the last 100 years.
Oh, they used to have an H.
I know, huh? And then so everything from here over is edible. I mean, I'm a label collector. To find this, I was just like, yes, this is the greatest thing I could ever have found. And I love old cigar boxes, so these are all old cigar boxes with things in them, and I just like the labels on them. Some of my favorite things are over there if you'd like to see.
I would love to.
Okay. These are from like the mid 1800s, so this would be the top of a barrel, a big wooden barrel in a mercantile, and this would be the brand of flour, and you would take that top off, you would scoop the flour into a flour sack,
and then
you
sell
would
that
go
to...
home. Yeah.
Oh, look at this. Look at the colors.
This is a biscuit label.
Biscuits.
Late 1800s. So in that large cabinet, that is all food and beverage. So oatmeal, chocolates, all kinds of edibles.
Right. The consumer packaged goods revolution kind of began
From
around this
1850
time.
to about 1940 is what I have.
Mark, this entire part of the store is chock full of so much stuff.
It's like a very full store. And then back behind we have games and toys and office supplies and industrial supplies and corsets and fashion stuff. And so we tried to merchandise it a little bit like a mercantile, so there were sections. I will guarantee you a unique, one-of-a-kind experience if you come here.
That's right. Thanks so much, Mark.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure having you.
To find that special printed or rare item to add to your collection or for a unique, one-of-a-kind gift, shop in person here at the Box SF or visit them online at theboxsf.com.
Biori Art Imports is a San Francisco treasure located in the North Beach district for over 70 years, offering the finest Italian ceramics in the country. Let's find out today what makes this historic retailer so legendary.
Hi, I'm Deborah Baldini.
Nice to meet you.
Great to meet you.
Such an Italian last name.
It is.
Tell me about how Biordi has originated out of this area. Give me the full background.
Well, first off, Biordi has been here for 73 years. It has quite the legacy. So Emilio Biordi started Biordi in 1946. His whole purpose was to provide Italian handicrafts for the Italian community here in San Francisco. So this place was very different. But over the years, really almost 3/4 of a century, we've evolved into offering really the finest Italian maiolica in the US. My hope is that we really preserve this art form, that we are able to celebrate the Italian culture, and that we open this up to many, many more people so that they can experience something that's really beautiful and special. So this is one of our most innovative artisans, Ivana Dalfi. She's from Montelupo, which is very close to Florence. And she's just so imaginative, and everything is hand thrown. So the pottery is hand thrown, and then hand painted. So the artisan behind us is Pia Formato. She's known, it's called Pia's Red. She is known for her reds, and reds are very difficult to do in ceramics. You probably haven't seen a lot of them.
No, I haven't. I wondered why. Blues often. But...
Exactly, but hardly ever the reds. And so she has figured out how to do that. And so she's known for that.
For home decor that's crafted with love and looks like art, Biordi Art Imports is where you'll find your next perfect gift or home accessory. Check them out online at biordi.com.
Suppose you always know exactly what you want. Let's say a specific bagel. You need to check out places like this. It seems like your average bagel shop always has the same basic flavors with little to no variety. Well, luckily that's not the case at Bagel Bar. Here they make all their bagels in-house from scratch daily in a myriad of creative flavors, both sweet and savory. As for their daily specials, everyone's talking about them, which is why I'm here to meet the owner and get the full scoop. Amy, I'm Crystal.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for having me here at Bagel Bar. Yeah, it smells so good in here.
So many different smells going on.
Do you even smell it? You're here
I
every
don't
day.
smell it anymore.
You're desensitized.
Yeah, but if I go out and come back in, then I smell it.
So how did you start Bagel Bar?
So Bagel Bar started a few years ago when I actually had some leftover yeast. Now my husband hates when I tell the story because he's like, you can't tell people this started from leftover yeast, but
it's the truth.
It is, it's the truth. So my daughter and I had made some bread and we'd already made pretzels, and so we had never made a bagel. So I pulled up some recipes on Pinterest and just went with one.
What makes a Bagel Bar bagel a Bagel Bar bagel?
So all of our bagels are hand rolled. We make all the dough from scratch, and we come up with some fun flavors, and even the basic things are even better than what you would get at any other shop. So like you have a garlic bagel at another shop, and we have our black garlic rosemary bagel. We like to add more ingredients inside of our dough so that you get that full flavor. And we have our standards that we have every day, and then we like to change up the flavors every week and have some new things.
For those with dietary restrictions or certain preferences, do you have options for them?
Absolutely. So we have gluten-free bagels. We try to keep a couple different flavors on hand. We have keto bagels, and then most of our bagels are vegan unless they include cheese or meat, but we don't usually use eggs in our bagels, and so we try to keep it fun for everybody. We also have vegan spreads. And everything from a vegan butter to a vegan cream cheese.
How important was the appearance in developing your recipes?
So we eat with our eyes first, and so the way the bagels look is super important to me. But we also want to make sure that because they're made from hand, or they're made by hand, that they look like they're made by hand. So we call them perfectly imperfect bagels.
I love the labels too. The puns are killing me.
Yeah, absolutely. So we like to keep everything fun and fresh in here, and so one of my favorite things is to hear people order by the names, and so I'd like to say cheese bagel. So why don't we go make some bagels?
I would love that. Awesome, let's do it. Add a splash of color to your morning with a rainbow bagel from Bagel Bar. You can find their daily specials on their Instagram at bagel_bar. We hope you got to know SF a little bit better, but there's so much more to show you, so we look forward to seeing you next time.
This program was sponsored by Social Affair, Bagel Bar, Biordi, and Boxing for Health.